teenagers' emotions, and everything in between. Exams had just gotten over, and as usual, my best friend and I had made plans to go to the nearby smoothie store and grab a drink right after school. However, another group of girls had also invited my best friends, but I had not been invited. She had ditched me for them and had said some things along the lines of, I can't spend all my time with you, right? That had really affected me, but I had suppressed my feelings by saying things like, nothing bothers me. No, that didn't hurt me. I don't care what anybody says. I don't feel anything. These are a few common statements I said to myself that day, and we often say to ourselves when something goes wrong and we're feeling really emotional. As teenagers, we often have a habit of suppressing our feelings because showing sadness is often perceived as a sign of weakness. We, as a society, need to work towards normalizing this, because if we were to hold in all our grief and bottle up our feelings, we would explode due to immense grief and angst. All of us are so used to pretending that everything is alright and that nothing bothers us that we sometimes forget that we're merely just teenagers and we're not meant to handle everything yet. The vivid expression of emotion is mankind's greatest gift. It is but human to feel and to express. Emotions and feelings are the greatest forces of nature that serves as a means to connect us all. We have adopted this attitude because acknowledging our feelings and emotions make us vulnerable, and we wish to protect ourselves from people taking advantage of this vulnerability. We are also afraid to acknowledge our feelings and emotions because we're never taught how to deal with them. We're always told that we can falter sometimes, but we're never told that how to handle ourselves every time we falter. Schools must incorporate emotional education within their curriculum because it will help teenagers understand the value of expressing emotions, the downside of suppressing them, and most of all, the right way to deal with it. We need to realize that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be at your optimum all the time, and most importantly, it's okay to not be okay and talk about it and seek help. Everyone expects us to be respectful, cultivate emotional maturity, and express our feelings in a healthy way. However, it is expected of us without giving us the raw materials to build it. Emotional maturity is a process and not an arrival point. What we fail to grasp is that emotional self-control involves learned and modeled abilities that we develop through various interactions. We are indeed many adults and we are still figuring out our place in this world. We won't wake up one day having magically discovered how to control our emotions. Emotional regulation takes practice. Controlling emotions while also expressing them appropriately is a difficult and complex skill. Moderation is the key here. Too much or too less is harmful. We need to understand that our pain, our struggle, makes us more human. Pain changes us and helps us grow. Acknowledging it, feeling it, and dealing with it rationally is a sign of moderation. It not only facilitates emotional stability, but also promotes peace of mind. As teenagers, we need to understand that our feelings are valid, and we must proudly wear them, as our personality looks more beautiful, and this can only be achieved by teaching us emotional regulation in schools. The point I'm trying to make here is that disregarding your feelings and failing to acknowledge them is not healthy at all. Acknowledging them and utilizing the best method to channelize and address them is the best way out. Extremes are never okay. Moderation is the key here, and to acknowledge it but not let it take over us. Teenagers need support, empathy, guidance. Just like plants need the right amount of sunlight, water, nutrients, and proper soil to grow, healthy teenagers need the right input so we can naturally develop self-control. We as teenagers need to learn that abstaining from feeling our emotions and not caring is not a sign of weakness, but is a sign of being strong. Feeling emotions, showing emotions, connecting with others, learning how to deal with emotions moderately, and acknowledging and accepting our challenges is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a sign of being human, a sign of belonging to humankind, and most importantly, a sign that we are all growing. We are still a work in progress. Thank you.